Repeat my mantra. Dip, dip, dibbity doo doo. What kind of stream is this? Right now we're partying. When does it get serious? It'll get serious soon enough. Don't worry, it'll get serious. Don't worry. Don't worry, things will get serious. Sometimes we just like to have a little bit of fun. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. It's Tuesday, we're back again. Getting a late start today because I had to run out and do my grocery shopping today. We got a big snowstorm. We had a foot of snow and there was ice underneath it all, and the city shut down for a little while, and we had to wait till today to go to the grocery store. We got it all taken care of, got our groceries situated. Are they clearing the ice okay? Yeah, it's fine. Some of the parking lots are like, oh, I have an iced coffee today. I felt like an iced coffee today. You know, I love a good iced coffee. Got a new person come in. They're still here. We do a Q&A. We're gonna do a presentation today too. I have a presentation. Psychology of play. Psychology of play. So that'll be for later. I love play. You know? Me too. Question mark? You know, if you have a question, it would help me answer that question if it was a little bit more defined than just a question mark. If it's just a question mark, I have no idea what you're trying to ask me. So, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good today. I don't mind this a little bit of snow. I don't mind, having a cozy day inside. I don't mind it. We had a nice pot roast the other day. And then I made it into like a beef and vegetable soup with the leftovers. Like shit. Any particular reason or just in general? I am the center void, you know? That's a vibe. Just being right here in the middle. Right here in the middle of the wheel. Am I too happy? Are you throwing pies in people's faces? Are you squirting water at them out of fake flowers? Are you juggling and riding around on a unicycle? Are you clowning around? If you're used to not being so happy, being happy can almost feel like something you need to be wary about because you're so used to feeling wary all of the time. You're accustomed to feeling worried and concerned. And when you start to feel happy, you're like, I need to be careful here. Today I am overthinking everything. Alright, I got something for you. Breathe in, I am here. Breathe out, this is now. I am here, this is now. Dealing with a lot, and it's hard to deal with my friends not caring enough and just pissing me off, and even more that I almost fought one of them today. You know, if you're almost getting into fights with your friends, that's one of those kind of like wake-up call moments. It's like, how are these relationships working for me? You know, if we feel like people don't care enough about us, maybe we need to find new people. Or maybe the people that we have in our life, they want to care, but maybe they've just got too much on their plate and they don't have enough room for us on it. You know, I'm not gonna hold anything against anybody because they don't have the time and the energy to throw my way. I feel like it's okay to be really selective about your friends and your relationships. I feel like there's enough people out there, you can have a high standard, you know? If these people just aren't interested in fulfilling their end of the bargain, then maybe it's time to step back and just think about where we want to go from here. I feel centered just now. Centering yourself is such an important skill. Just think about it. What is it that can get you through the most stressful situations in your entire life? You know, just centering yourself, finding your focus, finding your footing, feeling balanced. That's what it's all about. One of my good friends has changed so much and he's becoming more mean, and my other friends are joining him and pissing me off. Well, is that what friends are for? Now, don't get me wrong, having friends can sometimes mean we do a comfortable amount of banter. You know, sometimes having friends is, we can give each other a hard time sometimes, but it's all in good fun, right? But if our friends are actively trying to like put us down and make us feel bad, then that's not really friendship. That sounds more like bullying to me. Sometimes in life you outgrow people. Sometimes in life people grow in a different direction from you. You know, and if they don't have that place, or if they don't, the difference is, if they're gonna laugh at you, you should be able to laugh with them. Are they laughing with you or are they laughing at you? Sometimes in friendship groups, if you're dealing with a lot of like insecure people, they might find somebody in that friendship group to kind of make the scapegoat or just the punching bag. And that's a toxic situation to be in. I would encourage you to find friends that give you that feeling of friendship. They want you around, they're happy to see you, they are uplifting and encouraging. And with personal issues, I am losing so much. Sometimes you have to let some stuff go in order to make room for what really matters. I'm trying, but nobody cares. Then be the one who cares. If you're surrounded by people who don't care, be the one who cares and lead by example. Some people just don't know how to care. Sometimes you gotta show them. Could you use the emotional wheel to understand what other people feel or project? I have found that it's best to ask people how they feel and to not try to assume or guess how they feel. That's not right. Does it spin? We don't have the technology, unfortunately. Alright, we got some questions in the box, so I'm gonna get right to it. Let's get right to it. Hi, Papa and chat. Just needing help on stopping overthinking this situation. Alright, we can do that. Before I start, I know this is ridiculous and need to relax. Let me just say, sometimes we find ourselves overthinking about stuff that is just completely, ridiculous and stuff that in the grand scheme of things doesn't really matter. It happens. We've all been there. I had someone go off on me for asking what happened and joking about getting timed out in a Twitch chat. I had sent a message saying I'd gotten timed out and someone help me, did I miss something? Is this not allowed anymore? People were joking about it, responding to me, and so was I. Then this person came in and started going off on me, and I was trying to defuse the situation with no success. Ended up DM apologizing to them for pissing them off. They ended up just being like, thanks for the apology, which is fine, but I started thinking more, bonk, now my feelings are pretty hurt. I process stuff a bit delayed. Number one, I don't like people getting angry with me, especially for something that's not really dealing with me. I had sent a message one time and had no idea chat was spamming it earlier before I got there. I had just joined the stream and got timed out for 10 minutes and was just asking for clarification if it was a copy-paste that got me timed out. So after this whole thing happened, they make a few comments that indicate they were not having a good day, which could explain them just going off on me and demanding an apology. Yeah, I would say so. Some people take Twitch chat really seriously. Some people take Twitch chat really seriously. You just think about things right now. It's winter. We're a little bit more isolated. We might be dealing with stress outside of Twitch. And this is our safe space. This is our place where we can come to socialize and have fun and unwind. And, some people can take it really seriously. Number two, I felt like they could have at least apologized as well, but didn't, and before I even apologized, they said I needed to just apologize to them like I owed it to them, and mind you, I'm thinking, wait, sorry for what? I was just confused, so I ended up just apologizing for pissing them off, but now kind of regret it because I feel weak. Oh no, this doesn't make you weak. Apologizing is you can actually, there's such a thing as taking on too much accountability or assuming wrongdoing, but sometimes just apologizing for the sake of diffusing a situation, sometimes that can be tactful. Sometimes that can be, it doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm weak. It just means I'm trying to diffuse this situation. And so if me just giving you the apology that you want, even though I didn't do anything wrong, like, I would rather just diffuse the situation than be like, no, actually, fuck you. You should apologize to me. And escalating the situation, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I could see, like, excessively apologizing or always assuming your own wrongdoing. That can be problematic for us. But sometimes a tactical apology you can tell somebody's just having a bad day. It has nothing to do with you. You just ended up on the receiving end of whatever they've got going on. Be like, oh, shit, all right, sorry. Like you bump into somebody at the grocery store. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be anything deeper than that. Unless we want it to be deeper than that, and then we're like, this is a fault of my character. It's like, no, we can just very surface level. The thing is, I was joking and they misinterpreted and went off on me in front of all these people. You know what I would do next time? You don't have to engage with them. You can just let them be mad. You can just let them throw their temper tantrum. Like when you're... One of the things that I used to teach to parents is when a child is throwing a temper tantrum, let them tire themselves out, because that's not the time to negotiate with them. That's not the time to try to teach them a lesson. That's not the time to really have a conversation with them. You need to just give them some space to cool off. So I wouldn't assume that you owe anybody an apology unless they bring it up later and they're like, hey, that thing you said the other day is still rubbing me the wrong way. It's like, okay, like what? But no, you can just, it's okay to just move past it. Like, if they're getting angry and demanding an apology from somebody in chat over something, it's like, they've probably got other things going on that they need to be working on, and this is just their way of, you know, transferring some of that stress from whatever else they're dealing with into Twitch. Because in reality, the context of, like, what you did and what you said probably wasn't this, like, grand thing that just made them so angry. It's like, nah, they got something else going on. You just caught him on a bad day. Who's going to apologize to me? We're only apologizing if you're ready to get bonked. Keep apologizing. We'll keep bonking. I explained that they must be reading my tone wrong because I was joking and couldn't understand why they were getting angry with me. But they just continued to be rude to me after that in chat before I DM apologized to them. And they said, anyways, to dismiss me out of the conversation. They later put in the chat when I had left that they can't always tell when people are joking, and people were like, oh, it's okay, you're valid. Like, yes, valid, but please don't go off on random people. Yeah. My learned technique, because this is something that you can get better at if you have a hard time identifying when people are joking. To just ask yourself, are they joking? Or are they serious? Just start, like, actively trying to discern that in the moment, instead of just assuming that everything that somebody says is serious all the time. Or utilizing those context clues like tone and, you know, if it's in text, like, if you're joking, put a laughing emote. Or if you're joking, put an emote that lets me know that you're joking. And I felt like I was getting the short end of the stick because I don't really talk much in Discord and they just needed someone to take their frustration out on. Now if I see them in the viewer list in the sidebar on Twitch, I just leave or don't send messages. Alright, Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't need to completely just back away entirely because one person had a misunderstanding and accidentally redirected some of their anger towards you. This person is having a bad day. So you don't have to sentence yourself to a lifetime of bad days just because you were the target of them on a bad day. That is you allowing them to tell you how to live, and that's not really fair to you. I get scared to send any messages in general or copy paste if they're there because they can be having a bad day and just ban me if they wanted to, and I doubt anyone would even notice, and I don't want that to happen. I feel like I am being ridiculous and I don't know why I am upset. Well, you're upset because you feel like I can't participate in this space that I was able to participate in before, and I have this anxiety about wondering, is this person here? Am I going to get banned? Am I going to get yelled at? It's like, yeah, there's a reasonable amount of worry there, but I think that worry is really stemming from that overthinking. I should let that go and it's not a big deal, but it keeps nagging me. I think I may be more so mad that I'm scared to chat and interact now because of this. I could be overthinking it because I try hard not to cause any issues or piss anyone off, and when it happens it scares me a bit. Well, you didn't do anything wrong, really. Somebody wasn't able to hear that something was a joke. It's water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. It is no longer a problem. There is no longer anybody who is bothered by that offense but you. The only person who is bothered right now by what happened is you. And it will continue to bother you so long as you continue to allow it to bother you. Are you going to let that go? Are you going to forgive yourself for this? Are you going to allow yourself to keep living? I don't argue with people online either. It makes me so anxious and I get shaky. Then you're absolutely 100% overthinking. You are absolutely 100% overthinking. Don't let shyness stop you from doing the things in life that you want to do. I was in fact shaking like a leaf when this person started being mean to me in Discord. This sucks. How do I tell my brain it's not that big a deal? It's not that big of a deal. You know how you tell your brain that it's not that big of a deal? It's not that big of a deal. You know how we determine that? Who in the world cares about it? How many people in the world care about it? Could you go down to the local grocery store and ask the cashier, like, hey, did you hear about what happened? They'd be like, what? Like, well, I told a joke online and somebody got mad at me because they thought I was being serious. Like, no, nobody in the entire world knows about this or has any feelings about it but you and that other person. So it doesn't need to be a big deal unless we allow it to be a big deal. Also, how do I act going forward? Should I just lay low? Don't want to let this one person ruin my experience or make me walk on eggshells. If you do that, that is you doing that to yourself. If you are choosing to walk on eggshells and choosing to ruin the experience, that's you doing that to you. But you're using them as the reason why you do that. So it sounds like you might have a bit of anxiety that you're grappling with. And we have this person that we can kind of externalize as the cause for that anxiety. It's like, well, what if this person's there? What if, but really it's us doing it to ourselves. Just be friendly. Just be nice, be friendly. That's all you gotta do. Give nobody anything to complain about. You'll be just fine. I know it's just because they're dealing with personal stuff, but like, I don't know, I'm just having a hard time ignoring it. The only way out is through. You know, and I think the answer here isn't really to just ignore it, it's to kind of figure out, why does this bother me so much? Maybe it's because I'm anxious, and whenever I'm feeling really anxious, I'm just looking for a reason to withdraw. I'm looking for a reason to step back and hide, because that's what anxiety wants me to do. And whenever my anxiety is really high, I'm just looking for a reason. You know, somebody gets upset with me, you know, it's like, uh-oh, nightmare mode. That's why I got made fun of for being too nice. That's the stupidest thing in the entire world that I've ever heard anybody getting made fun of for. If you are the type of person who makes fun of somebody else for being too nice, I feel sorry for you. I would feel bad for the people who made fun of you. They sound like they're doing really, like they must be really happy. It was a mod. Being a Twitch mod can be a stressful position. That's why I rarely post in Casey's chat. Casey's chat has been going non-stop for over a month. They've been going non-stop for over a month. The mods are overworked. Everybody's losing their mind. They all need a break. They all need a vacation. Just try to remember that when we're dealing with a problem in our life, we gotta be aware of the way that we are making it more of a problem than it needs to be. Are you doing okay? Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing fantastic, actually. I do not feel run down with this marathon. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it. So here's the thing. When you have an upset feeling in a Twitch chat, give it a day. Give it 2 days. Just don't, like, the thing about Twitch chat and, like, arguments or misunderstandings in this context or in this community is that people will forget. It's just the nature of the platform. Just give it a few minutes and people will be on to something else. They won't even be thinking about what you said. So as long as you're not the one who's like continuing to bring it up or point it out to people, it's like it won't be an issue because everybody's going to be on to something else. If you came in and you're like, "Hey, what about that thing that happened the other day?" And it's like, "Okay, now people are going to talk about it because you're reminding them of it." Just let it go. Just keep floating down the river. I'm glad we never argue here. Because we don't need to. We can talk it out like grown-ups here. God, I love iced coffee. Unless you're the occasional angry person who comes in here every once in a while, because this will happen. We'll get somebody who's just random, somebody who's never been here before, and they'll be angry and they'll just start talking a bunch of shit. And I always ask them, every single time that happens, I always ask them, it's like, what are you so upset about? Like, what's going on in your life? Why are you so mad? Why are you taking it out on me? They can never tell me. They have the self-awareness of a sea sponge. Guess you'll never know. I want to know, because if they would tell me, then I could help them. If I knew why they were mad, if I knew what it was they were mad about, then I could help them. But if they're just mad and they just want to be mad at me, even though they don't know me. It's a mature community here. It is, we're grown-ups here. I started a new room in the Discord, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. I started this room, it's called Prompts and Affirmations. If you have any insightful thought prompts, uplifting affirmations, you know, just, this is where we post them. We've already had some people adding some stuff to it, so that's pretty fun. I just wanted a nice little room that's just like, very peaceful. Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. You know, my great-grandma had a quote written down, and it was basically this quote. So my grandma was my great-grandma, she was pretty based. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. Sometimes as a happy person, the world feels this way because everybody's just like, what are you smiling about? What are you so happy? Don't you know that there are people starving? Don't you know that there are people dying? How dare you be happy? It's just like, well, because I'm aware that all of those things exist, but yet I choose to, you know, focus on the things that are inside of my control. There are people starving, but I'm not the one starving them. I'm not the one refusing them food. There are people dying, but I'm not the one killing them. I'm not the one voting for the people that are allowing them to be killed. You know, I'm not supporting those things in the ways that I can not support those things. Really love the affirmations page. I just don't have anything to contribute yet. Find something that really resonates with you and post it when you feel like it. You know, just I could always be anxious. I could always be anxious about anything. I try to stop doing that and choose joy and peace. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. When they say happiness is a choice, it doesn't just mean I'm sad. Actually, I don't want to be sad, I want to be happy. Oh, good, I'm happy now. I've chosen to be happy. That's not what that means. Happiness is a choice does not mean that I can just pick and choose what emotion I feel at any given moment. It's not what it means. And that's why I used to get so upset whenever I would hear that. It's like, happiness is a choice. It was frustrating to hear that as somebody who had a hard time finding happiness. But what I realized is that what it really means, happiness is a choice, is that you are aware of all of the things. There are so many things out there that could upset you. But what you realize is that I'm not put here to worry about all of those things. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. If I want to be happy, I have to do things that make me happy. I have to realize that that's okay to do. My favorite response to people who try to bring you down and try to take your light away, you know, the people who try to dim your brightness, the people who say that your happiness isn't valid and that you need to be miserable just like them, my favorite response, sounds like you're having a tough day. You want to talk about it? Nihilism is a slippery slope to depression, I find, with the attitude of nothing matters, this world has so much pain. Yep. The way that, okay, I had this absolutely mind-blowing moment once, and it really stuck with me. Understanding that nothing matters, that's easy. That's like entry-level philosophy. Everything is temporary, everything is meaningless in the grand scale of things, whatever. Everything matters equally. If nothing matters, then everything is of equal importance. Things matter because you make them matter. You allow them to matter to you. That's what it's all about. Cherishing things and enjoying things even though they are impermanent. You know, if you're out on a walk in its springtime and the birds are chirping and the flowers are blooming and everything is beautiful and the weather is perfect, you're not standing there thinking about, oh man, winter really sucks. The ice, the snow, the cold, everything's just frozen and dead. And it's like, no, you don't need to remind yourself of misery constantly. It's okay to enjoy happiness in the moment that you are experiencing it. Are you okay? Oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. How are you doing? How are you doing, Sam Does It All? Cup? It's iced coffee today. I felt like an iced coffee. I'm fine. Hanging in there. I tried to concentrate on how much fun my dog has outside and it makes the cold less crappy. That's a good observation. One of the things that is really important to learn in life is how to feel happiness when you see other people or other, animals or whatever. You see them being happy and you're able to be happy for them. Because you love them, you care about them, you want them to be happy, right? And so their happiness is your happiness. I love watching my cat run around and be silly. Oh yeah. Always boosts my mood, just seeing cats being silly little guys. Alright, let's get back into these questions. We got some I need to get to it. I got 10 questions in here. I fell for a small femboy streamer. I don't know what to do. I'm like obsessed. I think of him all the time and I have no idea what to do. He has friended me on Discord, which he doesn't do with others, but he did it so he could ask me to use the video I made for him. I text him a lot though, but I feel like he's uncomfortable and that eats me up on the inside. But at the same time, he's dry with others and he doesn't take long to reply to me, so I don't know. I know this is stupid, but I never felt this way before, especially with a femboy. You have a need to be appreciated and understood and loved. Those are needs that we all have. But we need to make sure that we aren't having limerent feelings. It kind of feels like we're dealing with a little bit of limerence. Limerence. It's a state of mind resulting from romantic feelings for another person. It typically involves intrusive and melancholic thoughts or tragic concerns for the object of one's affection, along with a desire for the reciprocation of one's feelings and to form a relationship with the object of love. You are looking for connection. You are looking for love, understanding, affection. What I would say is, if you are looking for those things, allow them to build. You know, if we come on too strong, if we come on too hot, you know, if we immediately jump forward into like obsession and love, it's like that just pushes people away. If you come at somebody in a very like obsessive, very forward way, and they are reciprocating to that, that's probably not somebody that you want to be with. I'm just being honest. If you come at somebody and you're just like obsessed with them and then they're immediately obsessed with you too, it's like, okay, hold on. I need to proceed with caution here. Long-standing, deep, profound relationships take time to develop. You know, just like a strong building takes time to build. If you throw up a building really quickly, it might not be very sturdy. Learn that the hard way, oof. Yeah, that's a lesson that most of us learn the hard way. Is that if we come at somebody and we're just immediately very obsessed with them and then they are like, oh yeah, I'm obsessed with you too. It's like those might be very fun for a little while, but then they're also going to be one of the most challenging and stressful situations you're ever going to find yourself in your entire life. If you like somebody as more than a friend, I would encourage you to start by being friendly to them and just seeing where it goes. Also, you got to remember that streamers, you know, they're working. They're doing a job. You know? Find somebody in your real life or, you know, find somebody outside of streaming who gives you those same feelings. You know, somebody a bit more accessible. Somebody who can show a bit more reciprocation. Because I feel like just embellishing in this type of obsession in the long term is a little bit unhealthy. People fall for streamers because their mind fills in the blank with idealism. It's true. It's true. It's like your understanding of me is just your idea of me. I could be anything. But none of you have had to smell how stinky my farts are, so No, just remember that. Just remember, no matter how obsessed you can get with a streamer, you've never smelled their farts. They could be really stinky. They could take really big poops. You gotta remember that you're not falling for the person themselves because you don't know the person. You haven't hung out with them. You haven't met with them. You haven't talked about, what are your values, your virtues, what's important to you in life? What are your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations? You haven't had that chance to really connect with them. What you are connecting with is not the person. You are connecting with the idea of that person. And when it's the idea that we are connecting to, that idea can be anything. And that's why it can be so obsessive, is because that idea could check all of your boxes. You could be building them up in your head as this perfect person, but it's the persona and the idea that you're actually attracted to. Is this considered parasocial? Yes, it would be. The thing about parasocialism is that it can be good, but it can also be bad. You can like people that you meet online, you can learn from them, you can look up to them, you can have, role models and connections, and, it can actually help to benefit your life. But we don't want it to become intrusive and obsessive. I would just say it's probably for the best to just take a step back and just maybe take a break from streams altogether. Maybe just take a week off, a mental reset, read some books, do some art, go on some walks, talk to your friends, play some games, maybe just take a break to just kind of like pull yourself out of it. Because one of the things that can happen on online communities is if you spend too much time in it, you get really caught up in it and it just becomes a big part of your life. And it's not until you take a little bit of a break from it, you step away for a few days or a week and you're like, oh yeah, there's a whole ass world out here. Are parasocial relationships always romantic or sexual in nature? No. No, the thing about parasocial relationships is you can have them with anyone, and they can be about anything. We're all having one right now. Tarot reading with brain domain when? I mean, if you wanted me to read tarot cards, I would literally just have to make up what I thought the cards meant. But I would do it. I would do it. I have no problem making it up. I'm like, the Three of Swords. Maybe it's just me seeing it called out when they get a bit obsessive. Yeah. Parasocialism is basically just, it's like you can watch this stream and you can learn stuff and you can feel a sense of connection and community and, you can be like, I want to be a better person because of what I learned. And that's healthy parasocialism. Unhealthy parasocialism is, You know what unhealthy parasocialism is. I don't really need to get into it. Not me getting invited to play Warhammer 40k Darktide right now. Can't, brother. I'm streaming. We're playing Steam. I had Steam open. And my Russian buddy was like, You want to come play Warhammer 40k Darktide with me? There's a spectrum to parasocial relationships, right? Yes. Yes. Like, think about anybody that you have had think about figures that you have learned about, figures that maybe it's an author, maybe it's an actor, maybe it's a musician, and you're like, I want to be more like them. And so you change things about yourself, or you try to emulate their behavior, and it can actually help you to be a better person. That's healthy parasocialism. You can also have unhealthy parasocialism where you're like, oh yeah, this person, they're doing all this awful stuff, and that makes it look really cool, and now I want to go around and do terrible stuff too. I get a dopamine rush when somebody in this community experiences a positive breakthrough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's addicting, isn't it? I got addicted to helping people. I'm an addict. I need my fix. I need you to have a breakthrough. When I fall in love, I change for the worse. I become really awkward and self-conscious. I suddenly lose the ability to make jokes and connect with the other person. I try to talk and everything, but I become this boring vessel and I don't know what to do to fix this. Thinking about it makes things worse, and when I don't think about it and try to be good, I end up really fake and pushing them away. I need help. I want to love and be loved. Do you know what I'm going to say? Does anybody know what I'm going to say? I'm going to see if anybody can guess what I'm going to say before I say it. I'll give you a few seconds. Learn to love yourself before you love